So FTP is a great enabler for exports, and the mantra for Indian manufacturers now is to look at exports to be part of the global trade which the Indian is focusing on, as India focuses to reach the 3 trillion economy. Given that FTP has its relevance, one of the aspects which FTP should focus upon is ease of doing business. There is a challenge on how faster the documentation can be processed and how fast the benefits can be recouped on the ground. So that should be the focus of FTP. Coming out with new schemes, given the WTO challenges which India has had with some of the FTP related schemes, it is difficult, and therefore we will have to reinvent the current schemes and make it more competitive in the global atmosphere. I think that's a great question. There is a renewed focus on FTAs, as I would call it FTA 2.0s. If you see the inherent advantage, there are twofold advantages: cost benefit, or rather cost competitiveness, and greater market access. So today, simple example with Bangladesh. Bangladesh exports going into Europe, there are duty concessions. They get, because of the status of Bangladesh, they get concessions duty or zero duty. Whereas Indian exports, there is duty which could be anywhere between 5 to 10%. With these new FTAs coming up, clearly the duty arbitrage between India and other countries will go away. And therefore, what we will have to focus is on more of real stuff, how we can look at costing, effective manufacturing, upskilling of people. So that is going to be the landscape where we will have larger market access. Even some of these FTAs which have recently been signed, like Australia and UAE, providing regulatory easiness for farmers, if you look at farmer sector. So initially there were approvals which took them close to an year. Now there is a time-bound approval process. So again, as I mentioned, greater market access and advantage which is going to come into SMEs is relevant in this. Very valid again. I think the time of subsidizing exports have gone away. And this is where India has had WTO challenges. We have lost our case at WTO while we may be in appeal as of today. So effectively the schemes which will come out to benefit SMEs or others would be more to recoup their taxes. What are taxes which are getting cost? But you will not look at subsidizing exports anymore. So yes, we need to start looking at self-reliance, being independent, again looking at how we can upskill everyone. That is where the importance would be, and subsidies, even if they come in, would be for a limited time frame. I think there were a lot of takeaways, at least for me, when you look at newer markets. So clearly there are some of the emerging markets which should be looked at. So you have an option to look at US, but you also have an option to look at emerging markets. So start with the emerging markets, because when you go at developed markets, you will be competing with a larger set of people. There would be qualities and other trade barriers could also be there. So start with the emerging markets and get there. E-commerce as a platform is very good. You could use that if you're doing a B2C. It gives you wider coverage. So that could be the second aspect which was there. Third is diversify. Continue to diversify. Look at technology. The world is changing. How best you can embed technology, or you could have solutions around technology for exports and for your products which are to be exported. I think that will be the new mantra.